Hey there guys, it's Metro and we are back again with another golf video. This is probably gonna be one of the last nice days out of the year. We got one last chance to kind of rip it. So we're gonna try to come out here and just play the best we can today. Last chance, probably gonna get to wear shorts and short sleeve and all that. So been working on a lot of things at the range recently, spent a lot of time there. I get this driver straight. Still struggling with it a lot, but everything else is coming along pretty good. We've had our best scores ever pretty much round after round here, so maybe one last chance. Obviously a little worried about what's going to happen when I can't play for a couple months coming up here. I was actually in the clubhouse for once. So look at this, tees are way up today. If there was ever a good opportunity to shoot a good score, I mean that takes a fair amount of yards out of this hole. Just not getting a lot of distance with the driver, man, and I don't know why. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, to be honest. It's obviously something's wrong, but I hit some at the range that are like really good. Probably like 1 out of every 10 is like that. So, but it doesn't matter. Generous gifting of the tees being that up, so we're not really that far from the hole. Oh, come on. When you're this short, this fairway is actually sloped somewhat severely. Not the best anything so far, but we're still pretty much on the green. I mean, it's basically pin high. It bounced pretty far. I kind of hit it short. Well, I almost made that first putt, which is kind of crazy. If I didn't hit it so hard, it definitely would have went in. I thought I had to get it way further out of that little gully it was in. But yeah, not bad bogey here. And now we're back to number 2, which is kind of funny because tee box all the way up there. I'm getting pretty close to tapping out on this driver. I hate to say it, but it's just something about it. I just can't get consistency with it. I don't know if it's the weight or if it's just me or what, but even though the old driver hit it, you know, way less further, like it was definitely worse, it's just so much easier to hit. I don't know why. So anybody knows, let me know. Otherwise, I might be looking to sell a driver. We hit the hybrid and we're just gonna play that because that's honestly probably what we're gonna be doing for the rest of this match. That Mavrik Max iron that I bought, that's what I just hit, and it like barely got off the ground. Then I immediately just hit the same shot with the 6 iron and it flew fine and actually went further. But yeah, this is not bad. I'm just gonna play the original ball. Kind of bounced up off the fringe and got a nice little putt for par. Putting comes in waves here. I actually made a really long putt on this hole the other day. I played with my father up here just a couple days ago, and I made like a putt that was even longer than that one. So putting comes in waves for me. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad, but I feel like the greens are actually getting really fast up here, so it's a lot easier to putt well. In the summer, it was like really difficult to get the ball to the hole. But it's funny because I've been up here and they've actually had sprinklers on. Despite it being such a dry summer, I never saw a sprinkler once. I kind of guess I hit the ball after the ground, so we're pretty short of the hole. I had another one over there. It's a little bit closer. Still don't really have the right distance for this hole, unfortunately. Took a bad kick right. Might have put some side spin on it, to be honest. So we got a pretty long putt for par. I hit a driver and a hybrid. We're gonna compare them side by side. The driver was hit pretty well this time, but that's as good as it's gonna go. And the hybrid goes like that pretty much every time. So we got this one here, that's the hybrid. And then right there is the driver, okay? I shot it, it's 15 yards in front of this one, okay? So what do you think when I have to hit 3 or 4 of them to get it straight? I don't know, I just can't get any consistency with it. Every other club in my bag is coming along very, very, very nicely. I'm actually really improving. If the driver was in the same boat, I would be on my way, man. Things would be going really well. But yeah, driver's first one we hit, so we're gonna play that. Second shot was really good. Got a nice little sand wedge in to the flags on the, looking like on the right side there too, so. It's kind of funny, I did the exact same thing I did last time I played up here. Hit it way too long, and it was definitely way too left too. The first putt really let me down. Second one was really good, but the first one was so short. Better this time. Hybrid was back in those trees, so that's an example of a good strike. I think I just need confidence, man, and it's really hard for me to find it at times with the driver because every other club is so, I feel like it's so consistent. I either chunk it or I hit it well. There's nothing weird about it. Driver, sometimes I pull it, sometimes I slice it, sometimes I hit the ground first, sometimes I miss the ball. It's just like there's so many variables, and I guess it's just because it's a different type of swing. Meanwhile, those Mavrik irons are absolutely carrying me. That was the 6-iron again. Hit it absolutely perfect. Just shy of this stuff here. Could have been worse. Not really giving myself good birdie looks, but I don't even care at this point. Just got to get pars, man. If I can get a bunch of pars, then we could break our record. But yeah, I was just a little timid. Ended up landing it kind of over here and let it trickle over there. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. That first putt was so much faster than the previous green. Like, we just played that other hole and you saw what happened. That putt was, I barely touched it and it went way by the hole. Luckily, I made the long putt coming back to save the par. That was actually a really good hit with the driver. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, it's just like raiding a bit. You gotta scare him a bit. Say, hey, listen, I'm gonna bench you. See you later, driver. Oh, and then all of a sudden it starts working well. We're getting into odd territory. I'm starting to hit the irons too well. I used to kind of play for that situation, or it'd be like an odd lie uphill or something like that. Expect to lose some distance. Yeah, that didn't happen. There's a flag. Hit it like absolutely perfect. And yeah, obviously it's at probably 20 some yards long, so. Oh, it keeps taking these weird kicks. I'm landing it too short, so it's kind of landing on like harder grass there. Another putt that should have went in there. That should have been a par. But how the hell do you hit the ball too well? Pretty short, but went back to driver. Still playing the fade, of course, but better option here than I don't know. I gotta stop making excuses. Gotta just get better. Got under it. First bad shot I've hit with that wedge, to be honest, so. Another bogey. There's a time I used to be very satisfied with that, and I still am, but it's the best tee shot I've hit here in a very long time. Carried the bunker pretty close to the hole, I think. Okay, that's certainly the best I've played this hole so far. Really nice. Actually, not as close to the flag as I would have hoped, but it's definitely pretty much pin high. Hit it right. Man, how close was that? Almost another birdie on camera. That should have been it, man. Yeah, absolutely excellent strike with the hybrid there. I guess my ultimate measure of confidence with the driver would be like, can I match that? You know what I mean? Especially on this hole. It's such a volatile hole. If you land it at all left, it's going to shoot into those weeds. And if you're right at all, it's going to clip these trees. So this is just too easy. It's way too obvious to hit the hybrid here, even if it takes getting on the green in two, makes it a lot harder. Right there is the ball, and that's, yeah, you know, probably 10 yards short of where I need to hit it. Hit it hybrid twice perfectly, and that's as close as we can get. And then I made a pretty fatal error here. Kind of failed to calculate for where the hole might be, and of course on this hole that's death, because now we have to get through that tier, and it's a pretty long putt anyway, so it's gonna be a tough two putt. Just kidding. It's actually easier than I thought. Just had to hit it pretty hard, and the hill kind of stopped it. So there's the tap in. All right, another great 9. Have a look, add it up if you want. We'll be doing it at the end. I think that's 2 pars, if I remember correctly. No, 3 pars. One of the par 5s as well we parred. So yeah, I can't complain, but things were going so well the other day. I was hoping to really go crazy. Oh, wow. Hit that hybrid pretty left. Hopefully we can find it. It's just in there. I'm gonna just go get it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, just hung on. This is, like I said, dangerous. Not a great place to be. Last time we hit from here we had no problem, but I think I'm gonna take the risk out of it and just hit a higher lofted club and make sure it's safe. Well, it was definitely over the weeds, but I hit it a bit too far right. So we'll see if it's in play or not. It's probably in that same spot from the last video. I really don't understand how these hold on, honestly. Like, this is really hard here, and it could have hit any of this and bounced. So for this to actually be like legitimately, again, this is actually, I didn't move it, so unfortunately we have the same shot as we did last time, so we're just gonna have to punch out. Advanced is further than I expected to, but still kind of got a tree here. I would just kind of aim right, I guess. And I'm not too happy with that effort. I could have did a lot better, but there's just some random ball here. I don't know what's going on with that. Dragonfly on the ball. Close. Double, thanks to the putting mostly, but I don't know, that third shot or fourth shot really bothered me. I had only 100 yards in and I couldn't get it on the green. cut that one clean. Freaking way over the back, and that was with the layup club. And so here's where it landed. Right next to the path, actually. Kind of bounced up there and ran down, so we got a long way to the hole still. Not ideal. Didn't even get up there. Barely got up the hill. Should have hit it way harder, but it's there. That one way right. It's actually really long too. This is going to be probably the hardest second shot I've ever had on this hole. Anyway, this area is actually kind of nice. It's pretty luxurious clover and grass mixture, and not too bad. Usually I have about like 95 yards in this hole, but it's about 110 now. That green really gives me fits, honestly, because it's downhill and it's just never fast. Like every time, I don't know why I even think it's going to be anymore. So that's really, man, that's not a good score on that one. I hit that one quite thin, but yeah, it's in good position. That one a bit short. I'm kind of surprised. There's the ball mark and there's the ball. That's pretty short. I thought it would be better than that, but I guess I took too much off it. Yes! Ah! We did it. Man. It's bound to happen, guys. I tell you, we've been playing pretty well recently. I was a little disappointed that I hadn't had another opportunity for a good birdie putt in a while there, but it's just a random ball here. Anyway, I was definitely a little disappointed in some of these holes and some of the holes I played recently, but it might not seem like a big deal to you. It's only my 5th birdie ever, okay? And I've only had 2 since I've returned, so I'm very satisfied with that. It was actually a great putt, honestly. I don't know. I'm just too excited. I can't continue playing. It's just so great. I don't know. It's a really good feeling for me. So I don't know. Let's go. Tee was like way up. Honestly, it would have been easier if it wasn't. So like the middle of that box is pretty good, but the front of that box is absolute trash. Like I'm not even gonna, there's no other word to describe it. It's hard as a rock and there's no grass there. Man, it doesn't make it, are you kidding me? This displeases me. Everything today is shorter than I expected. I'm not sure how that's happening, but Yeah, I was trying to hit a flop shot, but yeah, I should just stick to the basics right now. Man, bogey there really kind of stings after the way we've been playing it. Geez, these are way far back today. This is going to be a long hole. This is always a tough one. It's the longest par 4 here. And if I get a little bit of a draw action, it's not bad on this hole actually, as long as I start it the proper way. It's actually a very bad strike of the golf ball, but it went dead straight. And it looked like it was pretty good. I honestly don't actually believe this. Like, there's no way. That's the ball, apparently, quote unquote. The ball. It's the exact same one I hit. It's a TP5 with a bunch of orange triangles and shit on it. And I had it coming over that tree there, but I hit the ground first, right? I don't know, I struggle to believe this is my ball. It has to be, unless somebody's trying to play a trick on me. But this is the furthest I've ever hit it on this hole. And the box was kind of in the center back there. Hit the ground first. I'm not gonna sell the driver anymore, guys. Oh wow, that's way right. Okay, relatively bad second shot. The thought in my head was I really want to hit the 6-iron again here, and this is actually like the first time I would ever have been far enough into the hole to hit the 6-iron on this hole. Usually it's something longer. And I was like, oh, but if I hit the 6-iron like I did on the 6th hole, it's gonna go way past the flag. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take something off it. Took something off it, and it just went dead right. Kind of got caught up in these trees, to be fair. I think it probably would have been a lot closer to the green if it didn't, but it was probably going kind of over there, so. Wow, how is it so fast? Man, that's kind of wild. You probably couldn't see it. I had a really odd angle for the camera, but it landed short. I think I'm gonna hit this butterfly, to be honest. Anyway, it landed just short, right around in here, and rolled all the way over there. How is that even possible? I tell you, that was a good effort for the par putt, but still got bogey. It's actually the first time I've ever seen the grass cut on this side of the road. It's kind of funny. But again, box is way back there. Everything is short today, man. I don't know. First shot was shorter than normal too. That's because I sliced the ball a bit, but yeah, it's kind of crazy because we're having such a good round, and I just can't get distances. Like, everything's short. I'll tell you what, putting has saved us. It's hurt us at times too, let's be fair, but some really memorably well hit balls on the green. Don't want to be too far left and probably too far long. Yeah, realistically, if we just hit it straight, or well, we wanted it to, I probably was aiming that way, to be fair, we would have actually had a really nice, yeah, that would have been great. So I feel like really confident with that shot nowadays. If there's nothing between me and the hole, and it's, you know, basically just get it on the green and watch it roll, I feel like the clubs and the adjustments I've made over the last few months have really paid off with that. Definitely the line. We're at the last hole. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's like a ton of animals in the fairway up there. Like, I'm hoping they're deer and not something worse. There's like maybe five of them. Kind of crazy up there. always a little worried on this tee box when I hit from the front of it, because this club could definitely reach that hazard there, and I hit it pretty well. So that, you know, that was hit very well, and we're still pretty sure of the hazard, so that's a good thing. I'm kind of surprised by that, frankly, but that's a good thing for now. Hit very well. Hybrid's carrying me, honestly. If it wasn't for this hybrid, we'd probably lose 5 strokes. But I hit it right into the deer, and they were like not happy about that. They ran. Well, that's cool. Deer all over the place. But anyway, we got one last shot here to make. Can I find the number? I'd say I choked on that one. Hit way worse shots, let's be honest. But that was a really good opportunity to make a birdie here. So will it be enough? We will find out when we get home. But one way or the other, that was absolutely amazing round. I mean, things are going pretty good. The driver giving me still a lot of problems. I'm telling you guys, if I was consistent with the driver, think about that. If I could hit the ball exactly where I want with the driver, like I've been doing with the irons, for, you know, within a reasonable location, things would be pretty crazy. I was kind of surprised, honestly, like how well I played, especially like when I get home. I'm like, oh wow. I look at the card. I mean, especially because at times the front nine feels like it's a different year than the back nine. So much like almost jitters and anxiety. You know, it takes me a while to get over that, but this is a record by a mile. 84, 42 and 42 on both sides. Absolutely, that's without question the best. And it's all thanks to that birdie, really. It set me in a really good mindset. Things weren't going great at that point. I had 5 pars. I parred number 2, number, what is that, 6? No, 5. That was a par 5. And then I parred, yeah, the par 3. I almost made a birdie there too, so that would have been even better. And then I had 2 pars closing out the round there on 16 and 18, and the big birdie obviously on 13. So I don't know what to say. I mean, absolutely insane. We beat our record. Successfully, challenge complete. Where do I go from here is the question. I mean, the double on 10 is always gonna follow me around. I feel like I'll never make a par on that hole. To make a par on that hole, I have to do something a lot better, and I'm not really sure what it would be. And then obviously I played the par 3s pretty poorly. Like, actually, yeah, I played them all very poorly. It's bogey on all of them except for a par on the 8th hole, which is the par 3 I almost made the birdie on. So yeah, I mean, I guess if I just made that birdie, we wouldn't be saying we played them poorly, but really not hitting the green on any of, did I hit the green on no par 3s? Yeah, I hit the green on no par 3s, except that one that I almost made the birdie on. So that could definitely help. We can get probably to 80, but to get under 80, up there, it's obviously possible because there's so many short holes, but I'm very happy with this. Let's put it this way. So I never set out to become like a scratch golfer, even though obviously that would be ideal. It's just dramatic how, since I bought these, you know, the clubs, and since I've changed a few things after kind of the summer's been over, I'm just playing so much better, so much more consistently. It's very rewarding, honestly. Golf is such a rewarding sport when you do that, and I can't recommend it enough. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.